There is a wealth effect. No, in this kind of decisions. That is where we have talked. I don't know whether we talked about the assumptions. The Coase theorem works under zero transaction cost. That is an explicit assumption. Okay. Apart from it, there are n number of implicit assumptions, and few of them are one is no strategic behavior, and other one is no wealth effect, because in the case of strategic behavior, if the confectioner only knows about the price of the gadget and the doctor not aware of it, in the case of the confectioner is having property right, then the confectioner can extract the money from the doctor more than 250 if there is a strategic behavior. Okay. Similar is true if the doctor is having the knowledge about the device, not the confectioner, okay, and if the doctor have the entitlement, then the doctor can also extract from the confectioner more than 250. Okay. But what is the how much it is? It depends upon the bargaining capacity of the other party. It depends upon the bargaining capacity of the other party.
What actually is recognizing that what does that? It is that one person, either one person gives one loses 250 or other person loses 250.
Yes.
Is it the benefit? That the net value, net money, some total of money of the two is same, but wealth either is lost by him or by him.
Yeah, that is true. No, it doesn't make sense to you that talking like that, or what is you? Yeah, if there is no such wealth effect, then Coase theorem works. If there is any such wealth effect, then okay, it will have the what we are saying in our discussion here. Okay, even under zero transaction cost. Okay, if the we give the statement that the initial allocation of the property rights does impose wealth effect on the parties. That is what the statement we really talked about it. So, how this wealth effect occurs? How this wealth effect occurs? So, for that numerical example, I gave you the confectioner and the doctor thing by what is that making the zero transaction cost and voluntary bargaining. Whoever is having entitlement, the other party will have to invest in order to mitigate the social cost. That is what it is. So, if the doctor is having 1000 rupees and if he has to spend 200 rupees from his pocket for the device, then that 250 is not available with him. It is reduced from 1000 to 750. It is reduced. Is it not a wealth effect? He loses money. Is it right? But still he is having 750. Okay, that is still better than not having 1000 rupees or closing his clinic. Okay, similarly is true in the case of confectioner. That is what we have to. Yeah, you have raised something.
So my question was that when we were discussing that companies can block developments in the university because they have entitlements.
So you mean to say is that the community, when the city administration go for suburban development, the community won't ask for more restriction, yeah, for the land development, for land use. That is what you think, yeah. So why is it like that?
We don't see this because, something gets blocked because completely on.
Yeah. So here, what is that the community is looking at the gain, short-term gain, over the long-term consequences. Either they may not have the information, or they may have some other compulsions that the monetary value is much more important than the other quality of the life. I think they may be, we don't know. It is if the community says the development is fine for us, okay, they will go for the development. There is no doubt about it. The property values goes. While property values goes, okay, there is also possibility of the costs also they will bear. But over the time period, whether the benefits which they derived out of the development is more or the costs are more, only the I think we have to assess that ex post manner. I think like you are saying is that some community they don't bother about whether they get lighting or whether they get sun whether they get lighting or breeze or whatever it is, they can sacrifice for the sake of money. Okay, but the discomforts or even for the psychological or health or whatever the things, okay, is it right? If suppose your house and next to surrounding it the total sky what is that, buildings, high rise buildings, then it is really wind is blocked, sunrise is blocked, and 24/7 you have to switch on the light. Is it right? If you and your kids decades together, if they are there, then what is their, we don't know how their development kind of thing, whether our community, particularly in our society, whether those kind of things are factor while taking the decision in rezoning, or they are ignorant. Is it right? And that also speaks about the developed and developing countries thing, or even within developing countries, some community they really want money over the quality of life, but majority may want to go for the cash, that is short term gain. Mm.
26 floors or something like that.
Okay.
इसके surrounding में all the houses are like 1 floor, 2 floors. Maybe it is because they were getting some money, they have sold it on that. Which is very quality of work or a quality of life will be very down. 26 floors. But actually maybe more producing something. Maybe शायद because of the money which they were getting.
Yeah, it is possible. It is.
Though they are catching customers that you can actually see Ganga and you have this gym and that. I don't think so. 26 floors can come good silver. Because every now and then, even with the backup plan and everything comes to take an earthquake. शायद it's only this is working.
But still, there are customers for that. Yeah.
When we are talking about cash, so is it the direct tax or the value addition to the profits that we are also considering? For example, a high rise is coming there, we can assume 50 data prices of the nearby include only the direct tax we are getting out of selling property or some damage compensation, or also the
No,
increase in
what
the profit?
what damage compensation?
For example, what we have studied there that suppose they file a case in the court that
No, here there is no they are accepting it. There is no protest, there is no conflict, and they are simply in favor of development. Okay.
Those who are sold their piece of land, they are getting flat from that buyers. The bargain was that. No one they can choose. They would be to choose the property.
Yeah, this kind of developments, whether it yield, we have to see overall gain and overall loss. But it will be only when, if suppose something worse comes, then only we start talking about it. But up to that time, everything is chalega. Okay, everything is fine with us. That is how some percentage of households in our country behaves. Is it right? Even talk example. If we talk about an example of I don't know. I forgot. I am unable to remember it. There is one place in Kerala that particular community vote for establishment of Coca-Cola plant, bottle plant, and they were really very happy that plant is coming, okay, in big way, and their businesses, the allied businesses flourish, they get employment, they can be rich. Yes, okay, you will get money, but after some time period, I am not exactly know how much, since the establishment and the conflict, the same community after some time revolt against the Coca-Cola bottling plant, and they wish to close down it because the groundwater extraction so much, and they are started having the impact of it. Okay, and this kind of examples are many across the nation. It is just one. If we can really observe it, we can list them. Okay. No, it is not we are not against the nuclear power plant for energy generation. Okay, but our government of India is going ahead. And one such in Andhra Pradesh, which it is a fertile land in Nellore district, the coastal area, and already Andhra Pradesh state capital consumed thousands and thousands of acres for the capital, the fertile land again. Okay, and the same state having lot of land like Anantapur district kind of thing, which is a drought prone thing. Is it right? When you want to construct a capital, and given the present technology, okay, like information communication technology or means of transportation, whatever it is, so you can establish your capital anywhere. Okay, but the state has decided consuming of maybe 50,000 to 60,000 acres, and Andhra Pradesh was once upon a time this coastal, particularly coastal districts. They are the kind of rice bowl of India. Okay. Now this 60,000 acres of land is not available for paddy cultivation. Is it right? And moreover, they are putting the nuclear power plant in the coastal district of Nellore. We don't know. I think honestly, being here as an academician and limited knowledge and bookish knowledge and a kind of this thing, we can't really completely understand why the decisions are making the top level policy makers who has full information, but still they go for it. Whether that is going to have a positive implication or negative implication, okay. We can't say yes, we can't say no, because we have limited information. Okay, if good thing happens, everybody will enjoy, but if something happens, then the state of that AP people are going to bear it. Is it right? This is where the academic community should suppose to what is that, use the efficient methods and give the information to the public. It is a kind of creating awareness, which one is correct, which one is not correct, and why it is not correct. Right? I think it may be the state of Andhra Pradesh is correct. Okay, we don't know. We may be wrong because with not having information and talking in a loose manner, it won't make any sense. But the past experiences, majority, it is leading to the negative results. That really have some concern. Okay, that is where the issue is. Yeah.
What is the difference between eminent domain and zoning law? Because all of the examples that we just discussed, like from Nandigram to Narmada to Andhra Pradesh, they are all concerned with eminent domain power. So how is it different from zoning?
What I understood in the case of zoning, particularly in cities, the land use policy, if it is incompatible in nature, then the objective, then the generation of revenue, okay, and generation of employment or overall economic growth and development will have some impact. Okay. And in order to mitigate that impact, if you can have a efficient zoning policy, then you can mitigate the incompatible land use and make the compatible land use, and the economic activities flourish. Okay. Then it will lead to city development and growth. That is what it is. Okay. But when we talk about eminent domain, yeah, here also we talked about like more restrictions, less restrictions, rezoning kind of thing. There also we talked about liability rules or property rules, under which what conditions the parties will agree. Okay. Then the Kanpur city citizens, they want to establish some kind of a amusement park or whatever it is near Bittur. Okay. And in Bittur there are some 1,000 farmers and each one having one piece of land. Is it right? Suppose sell that piece of land each 8,000 rupees. Okay, 1,000 farmers, 8,000 rupees per piece of land. Okay, 1,000 farmers, 8,000 rupees per piece of land. Okay, and the same the citizens of Kanpur, whatever the population, like 100,000 or whatever it is, and they value it the total, they can pay up to 10,000 rupees per piece of land. Is it right? Yeah, it is 8 million, that is 10 million. The buyer values it more than the seller, then transaction can take place. Yeah, under normal circumstances, even under property rule kind of thing. But some of the farmers, they bring the sentimental value. Okay, look, this particular piece of land which I possess it is of my ancestral property, and that is sentimentally I do not want to lose it. I am not going to sell it. So, out of 1000, just some reasonably around 10-20 farmers, if they talk like that, okay, then the Kanpur city citizens can't go ahead with the park. If they do the park, then these 10 farmers, they enjoy the amusement park at free of cost. Is it right? Yeah. So, these people hold out the transaction, even though it is profitable, because these people are valuing it 8 million and those people are valuing it 10 million, even though the transaction is create cooperative surplus, but because of the holdout problem, transaction won't take place. Yeah. And similarly, the Kanpur city citizen people, some people they say, look, I do not have time and I have to work from morning to evening, unless until I work I can't get my stomach full. Then where is the time to go to park? Then park is no value to me. By thinking that some other people will contribute, anyhow park is going to happen, once park is going to establish, I am going to enjoy it. Then there is a free rider problem. Okay. There the free rider problem, here the holdout problem, combined together collective action problem really won't make the transaction happen, even there is a generation of the cooperative surplus. Is that right? So, in such type of case, the property rule fails. Yeah? Yes? So, so that means it is 18 million, okay, and the value of the land to the Nagar Nigam people is 10 million, okay. Even they are ready to pay 10 million, that means up to 10,000 per piece of land. So, if suppose the Kanpur Nigam people pay 10 million to these people and have the 10 million worth of land to the Nagar Nigam people, then 10 plus 10, 20 million. Is it clear? Okay. Even if we use the bargaining theory which we have discussed few minutes back, even under that there is a surplus value of 2 million. This 2 million can be equally shared, yes, with property rule, but it is not happening because of the holdout problem and the free rider problem. So, in such type of situation, we need to apply the liability rule, okay, and the make transaction happens. That is what I understood eminent domain. Is that clear? What is there in your mind? You just speak out first, rather than jumping it to the other question.
Actually, I am not able to understand the real difference because
You can't understand the real difference between zoning and the eminent domain?
in the sense that,
Yeah.
that in eminent domain, if I understand it correctly, then in eminent domain, the government acquires the land, alright, while in zoning, the government restricts the right to use of the land, if I am right. Then, sir, I mean, why do we consider the examples, I mean, why did we consider the examples of Nandigram and Andhra Pradesh? Because in those cases, the government acquired the land.
No, no, we are really jumping from one to other. This I can understand. What you are saying is that the state, the degree of state intervention is high. Okay, it is not free market is not functioning. The free market is imposing some externalities, negative externalities, not positive. So, in such case state is intervening and making that either the market should work or to generate the surplus. This is what it is. yeah, that much it is clear. Then you are moving from here straight away to Nandigram. So that is, I think you want a kind of discussion on the land acquisition.
No, sir. I mean, sir, like you were just saying about Andhra Pradesh also.
No, Andhra Pradesh, I am saying that they are, Andhra Pradesh I have quoted to what is that, utilization of the utilization of the resources, the allocation of resources, okay, allocation of resources for the purposes which it can have the impact on the what is that, the generation of certain products, like in the case of rice, okay, or in the case of public safety, nuclear, this thing. That's what I have mentioned it, not anything else. But in the case of Nandigram, yes, when the Tata company approaches the West Bengal government and asking the land through land acquisition thing, that really set back. There may be something happened, okay, something happened, then they withdraw the project. Is it right? That really not only cost to the industry, but also cost to the state reputation. Okay. So we could have avoided such kind of thing if there is a direct dialogue between the industry and the farmers, and try to find out at what price voluntarily they will sell it and at what price these people will pay, then that could have been better off in many ways, okay, than going this way, a land acquisition manner. That is what it is. It is a land acquisition. It is a kind of taking. Yeah, in a way, I think. Yeah, it is just like a taking kind of thing. But the taking, like what we have talked about, the Nagar Nigam and the Bitur thing, that is for that is for the between the parties. Okay, but the government is taking the land for a public purpose, but they are not using for public purpose, but they are saying something and doing something. Okay, that is number one. Number two, even while taking it, the procedural and processes is not of a fairness. There is unfairness. When there is unfairness, conflicts will arise. Okay, that is where the problem is. So whether the existing legal norms is really are the causes for this kind of thing. If that is the case, then what could be the remedial measures for that? So that is where the research going on. So and Professor Schaefer will talk this on this tomorrow for an hour, and then again an hour on third plenary talk. So I think you will get much more information on it. I think you will get answer for it. Yeah. So
one other question. So can, under zoning laws, can the government restrict the right to use of the owner to such an extent as to compel the owner to sell it to a particular buyer?
not sell it to particular buyer, but abandon. Like in Delhi industrial case, Delhi industrial pollution case, there were 123,000 industrial establishments in Delhi. Out of that, as per initial report, around 2,000 industries or of hazardous and heavy industries in nature, they were functioning in the residential areas. Okay. Then when the court gave a verdict, first verdict maybe I don't know, maybe around 1994 or something, to ask these industries to either close down or shift to the industrial zone by giving some stipulated time period, like 3 years or some. This stipulated time period inbuilt in the master plan itself. Okay, they give the depends upon the severity of the industry, 3 to 6 years they have to shift, but they haven't done that. Then the Supreme Court in this case gives some direction to the Delhi government, please make sure that this industry is either shut down or shift. But after some time, the Delhi state, the state government went to the court and then proposed that look, we have a law and order problem. If the concentration of industries of 70% even in residential areas, then you declare that area as a industrial area, not the industrial zone to that of the residential zone. Then Supreme Court outwardly rejected it because the households are following the rule of the nation, okay, legal norms, and now you are saying that making this, since industries are really having of 70% concentration in residential zoning, now you are asking me to declare it as a industrial zoning, nothing doing. If you want, you go and do it in your state legislature assembly, you change it. Then that is one point, we don't know what happened. And second point is that the industries, they themselves filed several interlocutory applications in the Supreme Court stating that the CPCB, okay, or the pollution control boards, they really, whatever the list they prepared, the hazardous and heavy industries list, and they complained to the Supreme Court that some of the industries are not of hazardous and heavy, but they were included, and some of the industries of that nature not included in the list. Then the Supreme Court formed a commission, like one from Supreme Court, one from Central Pollution Control Board, one from the industries. All these three together received the complaints or whatever the things. Then finally this commission comes out that 750 such industries of hazardous and heavy industries. Then finally maybe around, I don't know, maybe around 2005 or 2004, they give the again verdict that this 750 industries should shut down or shift. So that means from 1985 till 2004-5, 20 years, these industries are the same place and functioning it. That is what the facts. It is a fact. So this is where there is something bothers us. Is that right? By knowing it, an industry is in violated area and enjoying the business for 20 years. Isn't it? No, it is pity. I think we can't, the whole system can't touch it. That bothers us. And this kind of example, no, what we want, like I had one experience while doing my research on public interest litigation. The evaluation of the Supreme Court of India and the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, given the environmental legislation, whether they are promoting the environmental quality in the country or not, even by the liability system like courts and the regulatory system like pollution control boards. Particularly in the case of pollution control boards, I had the Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi, and the AP State Pollution Control Board, Andhra Pradesh. got whatever the information I received. Within that, I really went to the this 2 boards, and one question I have asked in the Central Pollution Control Board. There is a Article 51 AG, fundamental duty of the citizen. If that is there, it is a constitution is given. We don't need anything else in order to protest of any kind of environmental degradation. That is a constitutional right. Is it right? Yeah. Yes or no? Yeah. Over and above, there are rogue industries. Whatever you do, they have the ways and mechanisms to continue in the business. They have n number of ways and means. Okay. I have really discussed with one of the top official in the CPCB. Look, why can't you publish these rogue industries? Okay, and then give the information to the public. Let the public decides whether they want to purchase those industries produced polluted products or not. They can boycott it also. If some of the citizens have the environmental consciousness and they are really also follow the constitution of our nation, is it right? Then they should not buy the manner in which these rogue industries are behaving in our society. Yeah, I have really shared this with him, but what he mentioned it to me, you know. So yes, if we declare, if we announce this list to the public, then it creates panic. That's why we won't disclose it. Even till today, I don't know whether they are doing it or not. Is it there coming out any list? So then look, I think what else we can do? I think it is a straightforward question. Junaid, they themselves voluntarily supposed to do, even after having a conversation based on some research. Okay, and if they are not doing it, that's one point. And second point, I went to AP State Pollution Control Board, and again I had an interaction with one of the top official there. In one of the annual report, they have a very nice AP state picture, and they had the hot spots of the environmental degradation, like where heavy metals are high, where the hazardous industries are there, where the heavy industries are there. They have very nice picture. I was really impressed. Okay. Then I went to them and shared some of my perception or concern. Look, this AP State Pollution Control Board established 25 years back. Okay, and this is the annual report of somewhere in 1997 or something, 2000 year. 1997 or something. I went to them maybe around 2004 or 2005. So from 1997 till 2005, yeah, roughly around how many? 5 plus. Okay. So this 8 years. Okay. Could you please provide me information? How many of these polluted industries, okay, or reduce the pollution because of your presence? Then he simply said, I gave a kind of a kind of statement to him, and if as a observer, if as an observer, even if we take the scientific community feedback, I am sure there will be more of such than of the same, but not less. not less, maybe the more, even not the same. This is what my perception. So, could you please say whether I am wrong? Then he mentioned that look, we are here, okay, that is why the pollution is not increasing of 200%, it is increasing only 100%. So, this were the no, I am not telling this for the sake of saying as a cooked up story. As part of my research, this is what I had come across. So, then what we can do, or what we need to do, how we can do, what else we can do. We have everything with us, but at the same time nothing is.
One thing that all we can do is to fix everything.
Huh? What?
Seriously, everything from corruption, low development, and everything. So there is a statistics which says that according to GDP, we are around at 8th or 9th position. But sir, according to purchasing GDP PPP basis,
Okay.
we are number 3. So we are complaining that
Purchasing power.
according to PPP, purchasing power parity.
What number 3? No, what is number 3?
So it says that
We can understand the ranking of the nation based on the GDP and based on the PPP. That is exchange rate. The exchange rate, currency exchange rate, okay, and at the same time the PPP basket of goods and services. How much the same basket of goods and services, how much it costs in India, how much costs in Germany, in their currencies, respective currencies, and then do something, then ranking it. We are sure you are correct when we talk about the exchange rate and when we talk about the PPP, our rank will goes up, but certainly not what you have mentioned the figure, but we don't know what it is. Huh? That is okay. Okay, that is number is not the concern. So yeah.
So I think the main solution is that either if we want it, these cheap things like driving a 100 rupee value for 100 rupees or all these things, then we should not complain, or we should not sit here and say that it's the problem, it's the problem. Then we should follow China. Or else, if we want to be a real development, when there is no Rupianism and all these things, then we should at least follow the law of USA. We are running in the middle path. We want the easiness of that 100 rupees or to protect us from the law. Because when we do wrong things, we don't want punishment. But when others are doing wrong things, we want some punishment. We are playing an unfair game.
So then
So we want to develop like
the
that.
things should start from us. Yeah, that
We should
I think you.
and we should take punishments.
No, it is nice to hear from you, but such type of things, so many people already
So, but we
said that.
only say we don't do anything.
What is it?
Those people say they may be doing something. I am telling to you to all this. I am telling it may happen that I will not follow these things. So all we are doing is saying the things. We are not doing anything, and that's why.
No, you tell me what I could have done after talking to these people.
So
What I could have done? Is it like stage a dharna or?
at least what we could do. For example, if I were there, I would say that if I strongly believe in this thing, firstly I should change my ways. At least next time when some policemen arrive and they say that you are overspeeding and all these things, I should pay a challan, and not considering that my friends or family will say that you are fooled. You paid 100,000 rupees for a 100 rupees thing. I should have strong moral gratitude that okay, I will pay 1,000 rupees. And the next thing is that, so because it all depends on not just you said it, I said it depends on our beliefs, our inner beliefs that makes our personality according to them. So I think that some inner a thing which tells us from the inside, which changes our personality or our vision or all these things. And a major thing that I could figure out from this is patriotism. Along along with self-interest, just like South Korea followed. So because I asked Professor Schaefer that, so are the German people patriotic, or is there anything else? Because we can see the development. It's not that they are soul patriotic. He said that they were patriotic not now, but they believe in legal system. They don't go for shortcuts like we have in India.
So then our lawyer friends are more woke. Okay.
No, so lawyers will work,
No,
but at least
we need the
there will always be
efficient
conflicts,
efficient
not
legal rules. Okay. No, we have no. It is already there. Whatever we talk, it is already there.
We have very good rules, but
Okay, we are just as a stereo recording manner saying again and again and again and again in order to get our livelihood. So we are doing it.
because in the economics book of NCERT 9th and 10th, I know that 25 years down the line also there were some districts, Kalibangam and 2-3 districts, which are considered the poorest district in the India. And even today also these districts are in the NCERT books. And NCERT books are again and again rechecked for the data.
They don't have printing cost, so that's why they are not renewing it.
But sir, still 25 years and they still have written the names of such same districts.
That is the pettiness, yes. I think we no,
We
look,
have written it in
is there any path, or is there any think tank, or is there any group, okay, or is there any forum, irrespective of anything, okay, on issue based, what is that, whatever it is, can do we have such thing? That is what it is. If
Going practically, I know one, not one, it should not be recorded. This is my personal view.
okay, so then yeah, we can stop the things.